It's been mostly rain today, no snow. Just a slight rain shower here and there. But it hasn't rained a whole lot today. Here at sunset, it's just now starting back a rain. Really wet outside. No snow on the mountains up there. The rain washed it all away. Not really dark clouds or anything. Too bad. We'll see. A cold front's coming in definitely, so it's going to get cooler. Last night wasn't very cold, but it was real wet, which made it cold. Seemed colder. But tonight it's going to get down in the 20s. We'll definitely have to run the furnace tonight. Next few nights. We do okay when we don't have to run the furnace. It burns a lot of propane and uses a lot of power. But that's what happens when it's 16 degrees outside. Maybe we'll get 6 inches of snow tonight and then it'll melt in the morning. It's going to be cold for the next few days, so whatever snows tonight will probably be here for a few days. I really need to get to working on Blue Truck, because not having a vehicle other than motorcycle is kind of an issue. But we got the parts in, so all we need to do is fix it. These are the parts, all those, there's 2 gaskets, those metal gaskets here. And then all these O-rings in the middle. Oh, it's gonna be a pain. Never done it before, but I've had to have it done on red truck, because when it happened, I was unable to work on it, so I had to pay somebody to work on it. This time I get to fix it myself. I don't think it's going to be as bad. This is how much it's rained in the last 24 hours. Not much. Not much at all. No snow. Just a flake here and there last night. Nothing but rain. And this is the east, that's the south, and the north, but the west looks the most ominous. It looks like some snow is headed our way, and this big cloud bank that's coming in this direction. It seems like the clouds are moving this direction. So I don't know whether that will hit us or not, but there is some snow in that. And then you can see blue sky. So now tonight might hold a different story, but we barely got any rain today. Just a rain shower, drizzle here and there, and it quit. Nothing like yesterday when it snowed hard in the morning. We got about ½ an inch. And then the rains came a little later in the day and washed it all away. We got a couple more minutes on this thing. We run it every day now, just in case. We haven't used it yet, but the power has gone off twice. And we don't have to run our furnace until it gets close to 20 degrees. When it gets close to 20 degrees, we really need to run the furnace to keep the bottom of the RV from freezing up. But otherwise, we're okay with propane. We've got 3 propane heaters we can use. We've got several electric heaters we can use, but if electricity goes off, well, we're down to propane. And if it gets very, very cold, like I said, around 20 degrees, then we have to turn the furnace on or worry about the RV freezing up. But the furnace has ducts up underneath that blows into the belly, keeping everything from freezing. But it needs power, and that means we'd have to turn that thing. So we fortunately haven't had to do that yet. Let's hope we don't have to, because that would mean I have to come out here in the middle of the night and do it, which would be starting it up, which takes a little bit, you know. It takes 5 minutes to get it warm enough to where you can use it. And then I would have to unplug this. Of course, first you come over to the power pole over here and turn the power off, even though it's not on. Or turn the power off, unplug that, plug it into here. So we're ready to go, we're set. I need a better way to cover it, but I think it's okay right now. If it was a pouring down rain situation, it'd be different. Yeah, okay, it's been we've run it about 10 minutes. Turn it on. Good to go. We made us a pot of chili last night. It was really good. We'll be eating on it for a while. And you can see the way down there in the distance there. Yep, and definitely it's moving in that direction, which would be from the northwest to the southwest. And so you can see that big mountain on the back there. All right. It's calm before the storm, that's for sure. Hopefully it'll dry out in the next day or two. I can get to working on this thing. Take the oil cooler out and rebuild it. It's gonna be a big mess. I'm gonna put a big tarp down and put a tarp down and then roll the truck back a few inches so the tires will be on the tarp. That ought to be fun, trying to pull this thing back. I had the winch back here, I could just pull it back. Might could do that. I got several little winches. Don't want to have to take this one off the front because the power is hooked up to the battery. You can take everything off, no problem, and put it on the back, but you'd have to snake the cords out, and that's fine, it's not a big deal, and hook them up to a battery back here and put it on that receiver. But we've got our little ATV winch. I think that's what we're going to use. We'll put a spread, or we've got a bunch of tarps. We'll put our big tarp right here behind the front tires, spread it out, and then get the ATV winch and pull it back a foot or two. That way, if it leaks or anything, it'll leak on the tarp. But we're going to put stuff down to catch everything. So, let's get back inside. There's nothing going on out here. Made some chili last night. I've had one bowl last night after it cooled down. We're about to have another bowl this evening. Throw it in the microwave. It's already warm. Melt the cheese on the top. Just a little bit, not much. It's good. It's really good. I'm a good cook. Ought to be. It's been my profession a couple of times. Had many different careers. Chili was one of them. It's pretty good. Don't put any beans in it. This is just a meat. It's a very hearty chili. You can see all the meat in there. Very, very hearty. Grilled onions. You go the whole 9 yards now. There are a few green chilies in there, but it's mainly tomato. So that's the basics. And of course, all the spices. Cumin, oregano, garlic, pepper. There's so many others. It does have jalapeno. It has jalapeno chipotle in it. Yeah, this is pretty good. It's pretty good for something just thrown together. I've got the ingredients, all the canned ingredients at Dollar General for, God, they were all $1. I think probably $4 or $5 can, and then an onion, and I used 2 hamburger patties for the meat, which is probably a lot, you know. But if you're going to have a hamburger, you would eat a hamburger, so you're eating less meat, basically. So, went to Jake's. They have fresh beef, and 3 pounds of ground beef is about $20. And you get about 6 burgers out of that. 6 really big, nice, big, huge, giant. They're not giant, you know, they're big burgers. So, let's heat this up and eat it. We are installing a filter for the propane. And you ask me, why? Well, you know that stinky smell when the propane leaks? They put that in, there's an oil they put in there, and that's where that smell comes from, for safety reasons. If it leaks, you'll smell that stinky smell and know it's leaking. Well, it's oil in there. And if they put too much oil in there, guess what? It goes into the lines, clogs the lines up, and it'll eventually clog the jets on this thing up. Because you got to imagine now, that pilot light down there, it is the tiniest hole. The same thing with the ceramic brick. There's jets behind there, orifices. And if they get clogged, I've already lost a line that got that oil in it and congealed, and there's no way of cleaning it out at that point. Had the 2 of them, basically. And then another little buddy heater that got that oil in it, and it will not work properly. It spits the oil out of the flame. You can tell it's that oil in there. So, before we ruin this buddy heater, I'm going to put this on there. And it's weird. It's got a check valve in it. So we'll see. I've never used one of these. Never used, but we bought 2 of them from 2 different people just to make sure they were the same thing. And the other one was shipped out the postal service, and I didn't think about that. So they're holding it at the post office. So we'll go check it out, because we have 3 operational buddy heaters. Got a really tiny one that's half this size that doesn't put out hardly any heat, and it's perfect for the adventure trailer. This thing would be way too much inside that adventure trailer, but this is just right for in here. And this thing, nobody dies from these things. Nobody dies from these things. They have a low oxygen shutoff thing in there. Carbon dioxide. This thing, propane, once it burns through this process here. The fumes that are exhausted are water and air, oxygen, and some carbon dioxide too, but oxygen is being released in this process here. So you're not going to asphyxiate using a buddy heater. It's just not going to happen. Not unless you just really try to. And it is really wild. The reason I'm actually filming this is because I turned the damn valve off. Close in this direction. It's closed. And it has been closed for 5 minutes now, but it's continuing to run the heater. So that shows you how much propane is in the line here. That's pretty wild. Because you don't want to open these lines up inside without purging them or using the propane inside there. So now if you were outside, it'd be okay. You have to be a little careful right when you're disconnecting stuff so you don't create a spark. But you don't want to release all that propane inside here. It's still burning. It's been a good 5 minutes now. Has anybody else used one of these filters?